Day 15 of the Transform Your Life in 15 Minutes. We are halfway there. This is where we're doing 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, the body, and the soul. Hi, my name is Pia McAdams, and I am an accounting professor, and I'm also a certified coach specializing in personal and small business finance and fitness. I help people reach goals in that area. I want to take the time to thank you for joining me today in this challenge. Again, this is our halfway point. And if this is your first time, don't be upset about it. First off, these are recorded. And second off, this is a great day to get started. Okay, so remember, when we're transforming our life in 15 minutes, it doesn't say that you had to start from day one. It says transform your life 15 minutes starting day one. Now, obviously, that's going to help you because the longer that you're transforming your life, like think about it right now, if you've been joining us for the whole 15 days, multiply that by 15 and look how many hours or minutes that you've spent, even hours that you've spent, transforming yourself. So some good stuff here. Now, today I actually want to start off with a story. Okay, so the story is about a religious man that was caught on a raft in the open waters. And so this is a very religious man, and so he actually was, praying to God a lot and asking for help. And so he was asking for help from being on the open water. Well, a short time later, another person pulls up on another raft, which is slightly better than his, but it was a raft nonetheless. And so the guy says, come on aboard. I know my raft is, this is a raft as well, but mine is a little bit more sturdier, and I have room for you, and I can take you to a shore. I know the way. And so the first guy on the raft says, no, God's going to save me. So then the guy on the raft just kind of, floated away or paddled away. And so then a short time later, the Coast Guard came. And so they said, come on aboard. We'll take you to shore. We can save you. And so the guy on the raft says, no, thank you. God's going to save me. And so then they sailed away. And so again, the guy on the raft again is praying and praying. And then next up, an airplane flies by. And so they're yelling down, we can send a ladder. Come on aboard. We'll fly you to safety. And the guy on the raft says, no, thank you. He was wondering, like, how's this going to happen? But no, thank you. God's going to save me. And so short time later, a big tidal wave comes and knocks and drowns him. And so he finds himself in heaven. So he demands to see God. And so he goes, God grants his, request to see him. And so now he's standing before God and he says, God, I don't understand. I've done everything that you told me to do. I prayed to you. Why am I here in heaven? So God looks at him and he says, well, I sent you a raft. I sent you the Coast Guard and I sent you the airplane and you wouldn't get in. Now, why do you think I'm telling you this? The reason why I told you that story is this. Some of you out there have been asking for help, literally asking for help. Either in prayer or mentally or whatever, but you've been asking for help. Could possibly be this is the raft. This forum could be the raft for you, something that seems unlikely. Don't always look for the obvious, which is like the Coast Guard, and then also don't discount the impossible like an airplane. If he's willing to help you, he is willing to help you, you just have to be open, okay? So with that being said, we're going to move on to the mind portion of our book where we are talking about Psycho-Cybernetics. This is a book by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. And as I mentioned before, if you haven't gotten caught up by now, we're finishing chapter 4 today. And all these have been recorded. So don't be discouraged if this is your first time. I do welcome all of my viewers and listeners, including those that are recording and of course my first time. So in this book on Psycho-Cybernetics, just to kind of quickly recap where we are, we have an internal guidance system right in here in our subconscious, where it's basically gearing us toward our goals. But it's based upon our self-image, and that self-image is a mental picture that you carry around about yourself. So anytime that you're being negative or saying something negative, or you're surrounding yourself by negativity, that's all being imprinted into that self-image. So with that being said, though, we have been learning that we can deprogram that self-image. One way that we learned about was with imagination. And then we're just reading the chapter on how we can also hypnotize ourselves. And no, I'm not talking about like a full going to see a hypnotist. This is basically where we're going to be reprogramming ourselves. Because think about it. when I've been talking about this stuff, it's easy for you to probably hear or understand how you program yourself in a negative, meaning you say to yourself negative stuff, well, I can't do this, or I'm fat, or I'm this, that, and the other. Anything that is negative that you say to yourself, I'm pretty sure you can understand how that's affecting your psyche, right? So if you can understand that negativity affects your psyche, understand that positivity also affects your psyche. The difference is it's a little harder for the positive one to go down to that subconscious level. Okay, so that's what we're talking about now with the dehypnotization. So on chapter 4, I'm going to start off with how to use relaxation and dehypnotize yourself. Physical relaxation plays a key role in the dehypnotization process. Our current held belief, whether good or bad, true or false, were formed without effort, with no sense of strain, and without the exercise of willpower. Our habits, whether good or bad, were formed in the same way. It follows that we must employ the same process in forming new habits and new beliefs, that is, in a relaxed condition. It has been amply demonstrated that attempting to use effort or willpower to change belief or to cure bad habits has an adverse rather than beneficial effect. Émile Coué, the little French pharmacist who astonished the world around 1920 with the results he obtained with the power of suggestion, insisted that effort was the one big reason most people failed to utilize their inner powers. Your suggestions, your ideal goals, must be made without effort if they are to be effective, he said. Another famous Coué saying was that his law of reversed effort. When the will and the imagination are in conflict, the imagination invariably wins the day. Dr. Knight Dunlap, a psychologist and past president of the American Psychological Association, made a lifelong study of habits and learning processes and perhaps performed more experiments along this line than any other psychologist. His method succeeded in curing such habits as nail biting, thumb sucking, facial tics, and more serious habits where the other methods has failed. The very heart of his system was his finding the effort was the one big deterrent to either breaking a bad habit or learning a new one. Making an effort to refrain from the habit actually reinforced the habit, he found. His experiments proved that the best way to break a habit is to form a clear mental image of the desired end result and to practice without effort toward reaching that goal. Dunlap found that either positive practice, refraining from the habit, or negative practice, performing the habit consciously and voluntarily, would have beneficial effect provided the desired end result was kept constantly in mind. If a response habit is to be learned, or if a response pattern is to be made habitually, Dr. Dunlap wrote, "Personal adjustment. It is essential that the learner should have an idea of the response that is to be achieved, or shall have an idea of the change in environment that the response will produce. The important factor in learning, in short, is the thought of an object to be attained, either as a specific behavior pattern or as a result of the behavior, together with desire for the attainment of the object. In many cases, the mere relaxation of effort or too much conscious straining is in itself enough to eradicate the negative behavior patterns." Dr. Green, founder of the National Hospital for Speech Disorders in New York City, had a motto: "When they can relax, they can talk." Dr. Matthew Chappell pointed out in his book, How to Control Worry, that often the effort or willpower used to fight against or resist worry is the very thing that perpetuates worry and keeps it going. Physical relaxation, when practiced daily, brings about an accompanying mental relaxation and relaxed attitude that enables us better consciously control our automatic mechanism. Physical relaxation also in itself has a powerful influence in dehypnotizing us from negative attitudes and reaction patterns. Okay, so I thought I was going to have time to go through the exercise, and I think I can, but I will go over just a little bit today, okay? But basically what this is letting you know that in order to dehypnotize yourself, it's going to require effort, meaning you have to take the time to do it, and of course relaxation, and then have a clear mental picture of where you want to go. So depending on what the goal is, that's going to determine where you want to go. Okay, how to use mental practice to relax. Now this is going to be practiced at least 30 minutes daily. Seat yourself comfortably in an easy chair or lie down on your back. Consciously let go the various muscle groups as much as possible without making too much of an effort. Just consciously pay attention to the various parts of your body and let go a little. You will find that you can always voluntarily relax to a certain degree. You can stop frowning and let your forehead relax. You can ease up a little on the tension in your jaws. You can let your hands, your arms, your shoulders, and your legs become a little more relaxed than they are. Spend about 5 minutes in this and stop paying any attention to your muscles. This is as far as you're going to try to go to relax by conscious control. From here on out, you relax more and more by using your creative mechanism to automatically bring about a relaxed condition. In short, you're going to use goal pictures held in imagination and let your automatic mechanism realize those goals for you. Mental picture number 1. In your mind's eye, see yourself lying stretched out on the bed. Form a picture of your legs as they would look if made of concrete. See yourself lying there with 2 very large, heavy concrete legs. See these very heavy concrete legs sinking far down into the mattress from their sheer weight. Now picture your arms and hands as made of concrete. They are also very heavy and are sinking down into the bed and exerting tremendous pressure against the bed. In your mind's eye, see a friend come into the room and attempt to lift your heavy concrete legs. He takes hold of your feet and attempts to lift them, but they are too heavy for him. He cannot do it. Repeat with your arms, your neck, and the rest of your body. Mental picture 2. Your body is a big marionette doll. Your hands are tied loosely to your wrist by strings. Your forearm is connected loosely by a string to your upper arm. Your upper arm is connected very loosely to a string to your shoulder. Your feet, calf, thighs are all connected together with a single string. Your neck consists of one very limp string. The string that controls your jaw and hold your lips together have slackened and stretched to such an extent that your chin has dropped down loosely against your chest. All the various strings that connect the various body parts are loose and limp, and your body is just sprawled loosely across the bed. Mental picture number 3. Your body consists of a series of inflated rubber balloons. 2 valves open in your feet, and the air begins to escape from your legs. Your legs begin to collapse and continue until they consist of only the inflated rubber tubes lying flat against the bed. Next, a valve is opened in your chest, and as the air begins to escape, your entire trunk begins to collapse limply against the bed. Continue with your arms, your neck, your head. Mental picture number 4. Many people will find this one the most relaxing of all. Just go back into a memory to some relaxing and pleasant scene from your past. There's always some time in everyone's life when he felt relaxed, at ease, at peace with the world. Pick out your own relaxing picture from your past and call up detailed images. Yours may be a peaceful scene at a mountain lake where you went fishing. If so, pay particular attention to the little incidental things in the environment. Remember the quiet ripples on the water. What sounds were present? Did you hear the quiet rustling of the leaves? Maybe remember sitting perfectly relaxed and somewhat drowsy before an open fireplace long ago. Did the logs crackle and spark? What other sights and sounds were present? Maybe you choose to remember relaxing in the sun on the beach. How did the sand feel against your body? Could you feel the warm, relaxing sun touching your body almost as a physical thing? Were there a breeze blowing? Were there gulls on the beach? The more of these incidental details you can remember and picture to yourself, the more successful you will be. So daily practice will bring these mental pictures or memories clearer and clearer. The effect of learning will also be cumulative. Practice with strength and tie-in between mental image and physical sensation. You will become more and more proficient in relaxation, and this in itself will be remembered in future practice sessions. There you have it, our second practice exercise from the book. Okay. first time joining me, I want to welcome you. And by the way, I just remembered I took yesterday and several other times, I have forgotten my cell phone. By the way, I remembered it this time. But for those of you that have been watching me, I want to kind of give you a treat. So if you have been watching, you know how many times, or can recount the number of times I've left my cell phone in my office. So if you can tell me that, I will give you one of my personally written ebooks. And I will either write down the answer in the chat, in the comments, or message me. And the first person that gets the answer correctly by telling me how many times I've forgotten my cell phone will get a prize. Again, I will look in the chats and also on my messages. And whoever is the first one by date will get a prize. Okay, let me get down a little further. So this brings us to the yoga portion. And immediately we're going to go into the meditation. Remember, practice. This means don't just watch me. I want you to do it with me. Go and clear your mind of all of the thoughts. Just gently push them aside. We're going to focus on our Ujjayi breath. Inhaling for a count of 1. Exhaling for a count of 2. release, relax, and return fresh and calm. You've done something good for yourself today. Well, that concludes day 15 of the Transform Your Life in 15 Minutes. You guys have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.